Robin and Tango here, and we are busy with lesson 2 of the lunge lessons. I'd like to be able to point and not have, encouraging pressure. That was how I would progress. I think that was a nice one. I'll stop there. The question I have is when I asked him initially with my arm, because we've taught him jambette, he got confused and tried to step and basically jambette when I asked him to lower his head. So my question is, in a case like that, what would you do? Would you ignore that behavior and just keep the question the same? Would you put pressure on and say no? If he keeps trying to reach out with his front leg, how would you handle that, Jenku?
Thank you, Robin, for your lovely video. I really appreciate the birds in the background and the little person. She's obviously a horse fanatic as well. Good quality questions get good quality answers. So I think what is very important to understand is that the brain receives its information via the 5 senses about what is happening in the surroundings. So the brain by itself cannot see anything, cannot hear anything, cannot feel anything, cannot smell anything, and definitely cannot taste anything. So it needs the 5 senses to give it input from the environment, and then based on those 5 inputs, and it's literally like having 5 little people all going, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, mommy." And so all 5 senses is basically giving information to the parent, and the parent has to decide which one of the 5 senses basically makes the most noise, and then it pays attention to that one sense pretty much. Now, what is very interesting is you have a halter on when you're asking this question. Often when people train jambette, they will have a bridle on. So, which means that we would have tactile pressure in the mouth corner to cue the horse to lift its leg, and we would have a stick in our hand to touch the horse behind the knee or in front of the knee. So the brain in principle gets a lot more information from the body if we have a bridle on and we use a stick on top of your body language. And so what is very interesting is when you take the bridle off and you put the stick down and you pretty much then just work on hand signals, it is that much more important that you are absolutely clear in your mind what it is that you want to click an award for, and that much more specific in your body language. So when you want to ask him to go long and low, you actually have to be very specific in your body language, which you are, and you have to point at the cone on the ground, which is very nice to see in the video. So he's got something to aim for. He's looking at the cone, you're pointing at the cone. So all of those things will help him to get a clear idea of what is it that you want. Now, if he gets a little bit confused and he's trying to offer you something else, when your intention is to say, "I want a long and low," and he tries to lift his leg up, what you want to do is you definitely want to maintain your cue. So your cue needs to stay the same, and you need to stay focused on your intention and not get distracted by him trying other things. So it's very normal for horses to do what we call to go into superstitious behavior. So he's trying to offer you, is it behavior A, lifting my leg? Is it behavior B, extending my leg? Is it behavior C, lifting my neck up and holding my leg in the air? Or is it behavior D, scratching in the ground? Or is it behavior E, putting my head down with all 4 feet quiet? So you have to then ultimately click for the one that you want. And if he does get a little bit frustrated as he's trying to go through this multiple choice question again and again, and he keeps asking the same question, you just want to stay nice and calm and focused, and keep pointing at the ground, keep pointing at the cone, and allow him to work it out for himself. So it's not a problem if he tries a few things. All you want to do is Try and stay absolutely 100% focused on your intention and allow him to work it out for himself, because a half an answer that he can learn for himself is better than a whole answer that you can give him. I trust that this information is useful. Thank you very much for sending in this lovely video, and I'm really looking forward to seeing your next video.